Good morning, Coach Gibson. Thank you for taking the time and speaking with us. I wanted to ask you, with so many experienced guys and so many starters back, has this fall camp been a matter of perfecting the scheme, what you guys already knew, or throwing more things at those guys because they're so experienced and they play so much football at State?
Yeah, just more perfecting the scheme, getting guys in the right position, and cleaning up technique-wise. That's the biggest thing is, get them in a good stance, get their eyes right. And what happens with that is we allow them to play so much faster now that they know it. But I don't want to add a lot of stuff. I want our guys, number one, to play fast, play hard, play physical, and all those things. I don't believe in creating more coverage, more blitzes, more fronts, different stuff like that. I want to perfect what we do. So that's been a really big emphasis for us.
And after the first full scrimmage, where would you say your guys are? I mean, I know the opener's a long way away, but after the first scrimmage, how would you kind of rate your guys?
I think right now we're playing extremely hard. I like where we're at. We still got some position battles going on at different spots, so that's good to see. And then we kind of know who the guys are that played a lot of football and, kind of have secured that spot as a one. But, every day is an interview for those guys as well. So, we're not just going to crown a guy. This is your spot and you could play however, and you're going to keep that spot. So there's a challenge every day for those guys to keep getting better. And you've had that, especially at the linebacker group with Drake and Isaiah and Peyton. Those guys have just, they're playing extremely well right now. They know they're playing off of each other. So it's been good to see.
James Henderson.
Yeah, Tony, has there been any guys that have exceeded expectations for you so far this fall camp?
I tell you, the guy, and obviously he had a lot of, he had a lot of good pub coming in here. And, when we recruited him and got him out of the portal, we kind of knew what kind of player he was off of film is Corey Durden. But to actually get to coach him and see him in live situations and, he's a guy that is really, really going to help this football team. And he's playing extremely well right now, playing hard, and just a great kid to be around. And it just brings a little bit of an older, more experienced guy into that D-line room, which we needed with Aleem moving on last year. So really like where he's at. Jalen Scott has really stepped his game up at linebacker. In the back end, again, new guys, Cyrus Fagan, Derek Pitts, are guys that we, we'll be able to count on. We'll be in the rotation and play a lot of snaps for us. So, a lot of the transfer guys that have experience coming in are the guys that really are standing out right now that we just didn't know much about.
And just to follow up on Corey, is he similar to anybody you've had here the last couple of years in terms of playing style?
I don't. He's different in a lot of ways. The kid's 6'5", and to be honest with you, in all the years in this scheme, he's just different than really anybody I've had because he can go inside and anchor down and play nose. He can go outside, play a forward technique. He can go out on the edge and be a pass rusher. So he is just a guy that can do a lot of different things for us. And, and that's unique because some guys are just nose guards or, D tackle types. And then we have our end, and he can do it all. So, he's just different than anybody we have on the roster right now. And with the size as well. So a guy like Davin plays both for us, but, Davin's 6'2", where Corey's 6'5", 300 pounds. So, he brings a different piece of game to it.
Thanks, Tony.
Alex Sawyer.
Yeah, Tony, how much does having a guy like Chris Ingram back in the secondary, healthy and playing, help that unit, not only, from his abilities on the field, but what he brings from a leadership standpoint?
Yeah, Chris is one of my favorite guys on this whole football team. And just from, leadership-wise, brings energy to practice, is very smart, knows the scheme, and can help bring that secondary together. And I think that, missing him a year ago and him sitting on the sideline coaching and doing some things and helping guys out, I think that's really helped him grow as well. So, but he knows the scheme, and just to have him, he's almost like a comfort blanket back there for a lot of guys, and everybody looks to him in the back end. So, extremely, extremely happy to have him back, and look forward to him having his best year.
Go ahead, Jonas.
Last year, I mean, obviously Tanner is one of the top guys returning in the secondary. Could you tell a difference, even though the guys who stepped in for him played well, but was there a huge difference? Could you tell a difference on the defense when he wasn't out there with the time he missed last year?
Yes, and I think I'm right on this, but when Tanner played, I think we were undefeated. When Tanner did not play, now can we say that's all the reason? No, but he brings confidence. He brings a position. That's a very important position in this defense. And, you have to be a run stopper. You have to be able to play some coverage. We blitz that guy some. And, and guys plugged in and did a pretty good job with it. T-Bake moved over there at times. We had Rakeem till he got injured. We had Boykin. So, we had a bunch of guys over there that were playing a position, and some played it well in some games, and sometimes we didn't. But, that consistency that Tanner brings, again, was, it's huge to get him back. So, we have to keep him healthy and keep him in games. That's the key for him.
Does anybody else have anything for Coach Gibson else? Okay, Alex Sawyer, go ahead.
Yeah, how much does it help, heading into a fall camp to have kind of that entire linebacker core, especially with some of the leaders you have in that unit, all back together to, like you said, just kind of build on what they learned last year?
Yeah, it's a unique spot that we're in right now with all those guys. Isaiah has been a 3-year starter. Peyton is coming back, is really a 3-year starter. Drake has been playing a bunch as a freshman, a 2-year starter. So, those guys, and the key to this defense is, obviously with 3 down, we have to create a lot of plays from the linebacker position. And those guys, not only do they know what to do in their spot, they know what everybody else has to do. And, so they're getting guys lined up and they're fitting well off of each other. And just for example, on a zone scheme, one time we'll fit it one way and we get the same play 5 plays later, and then we may fit it differently just because those guys are seeing something and they know how to play off of each other and communicate it. So, it helps having that experience, and they're able to take chances and shoot their shot and not play timid.